Hello and welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. Today we're diving into how to correctly build what I feel is one of the easiest and nice looking African mud houses in Minecraft. This build is based on the traditional homes of the Asante people from Africa. By the end of this video, you'll have a good understanding of the techniques and measurements needed to build your own Asante style home in your Minecraft survival world. Asante houses are known for their steep roofs, mud walls, and beautiful carvings on the walls called Adinkra symbols. These symbols usually tell stories or represent certain ideas. Many Asante homes are also shrines housing the bosom, which is a sacred object they believed to contain a spirit. Making this house in Minecraft is going to be a little challenging, but I'll do my best to keep it as close to the real thing as I can. The first step is planning the layout. Traditional Asante homes have courtyards that were used for celebrations and rituals like libation pouring. My design will have 2 courtyards, but you can keep it simple with just 1 courtyard, or even no courtyards and just do a single house if you want. It's entirely up to you. I'm using stripped mangrove wood for the floors because it looks a lot like the red clay they used. Some floors will be higher than others, just like in traditional Asante houses. That's why I've placed grass blocks here. Now let's build the rest of the floors and outline the walls to make the red part 2 blocks tall. For the walls, I'm using smooth sandstone since they used whitewashed clay, and I'm going to be mixing in some sand and suspicious sand to break up the texture. One cool thing about Asante houses is their carved wall designs. Since we can't carve in Minecraft, I'll use signs, buttons, and different sand blocks to create a similar look. Let's start with the outside first. And now I'm going to add pillars and then texture the rest of the outside wall. I'll start with the exterior of the first courtyard. In this build, you'll see that I'm using lots of banners, and all the designs will be linked below on my Patreon for free. These houses usually had second floors, but it was mostly used for storage. The first room will be a kitchen, just a simple cooking area, and I've used a staircase to mimic a hole for letting the smoke to escape. Next will be the bathroom. This is going to be the servants' room, so lots of beds. This is the head of the household's room, like the chief or the head of the family. This is just a storage area, and it also has a staircase leading to the second floor. This second bedroom is supposed to be for a family member, like the wife. Now this is a throughway to the second courtyard. This is the shrine part of the build. So the first part is the drummer's room, and it's used in celebrations. Now the courtyards had half walls to join the various buildings, and this is one of those half walls. This is another kitchen to be used during celebrations. This room is the singers' room, and it's where when they have a celebration the singers will be standing and singing. With the drummers' room, you can see that this courtyard is mainly used for celebrations. Now I'm building the sacred tree. Most houses, if they had a shrine, they also had a sacred tree. This is the shrine, and only priests were allowed to access the shrine. This is going to be a waiting area where guests can sit and wait. This is the toilet, which was basically a hole in the ground, but they had rooms for it. This is the granary, just a food storage. Now I'll do the roof of the first floor, which is covering up the various rooms, and add in ladders and spaces for staircases. The roofs on Asante houses were very steep and they were made of grass, but in Minecraft I'll use spruce planks to copy that look. So first I'll make the arches, then I'll extend them to finish the roof. Now for the gables, I'll just fill it up with walls and use stripped birchwood to mimic like a shadow, and do that for all the gables. And here I'm making a balcony. Next I'll make a cocoa tree, since the Asante were found in modern day Ghana, and then a farm. I'll also add a well where they got their water and add a few pots. Back to the first courtyard, I'll add a table and carousel where they had their meals, because sometimes they ate outside. I also added some plants and rocks using stone buttons just to add some final touches. And I also textured the roof using these blocks. And that's it, you now have your own Asante style African mud house in Minecraft. I hope you learned something new about African architecture. If you try this build, share creations in my Discord channel linked below. Thanks for watching, and you can check out this other video if you want a smaller build.